are great right-handers.
Well, here we go. This is Italo, and covering a lot of distance in that first carve, driving off the bottom, plenty of speed, drifts the tail this time, mixing it up and looking to set up his line through this inside barrel, finds some cover, pushes his way through a low road exit, and that is going to be the best number of the heat so far.
Just so strong. Italo is very impressive. He never falls. So whether he goes for an air, a floater, or a stock carve, he pins his moves 99% of the time. It's going to make him a very tough competitor to beat for a long, long time.
He's already had a couple of semi-final finishes this year. Brazil, he was on track for a big result, but bowed out in round 5. But he loved his time over here in Fiji last season, a quarterfinal finish, as we see. Miguel Pupo using priority, getting some cover, finding the exit, and straight onto the rail. Transitioning through to the inside as the wall starts to steepen. Bit of foam on the face, that's no problem for Pupo, and he'll kick out. That'll be his best wave. And behind him, Alex Ribeiro, so slotted. This wave's starting to fatten up. He's going to kick out. But a great exchange from all 3 competitors, and we'll see some good numbers drop. This is going to be a good heat. Just
like Hawaii and Tahiti, Fiji is one of the spots on tour where you really have to pay attention to how much the conditions change throughout the day.
Italo again on his second ride now, still waiting for the number to drop for his first, as he just drifts that tail above the lip and maintains control. And just mucking around on the end section, but happy he didn't ride out of that turn. Could have been a nightmare scenario, as he now deals with shish kebabs there on the inside. Just explain what the reef looks like under that section of water there, Ross.
It's not consistent. You know, depending on how unlucky you are, where you're positioned on that reef, there's little trenches, there's veins that go through the reef, and then there's rugged coral heads that pop up that are much more shallow in chunks here and there. So you can see it right there rippling through. If you get unlucky, you know, you can just paddling back out, you can rub your knuckles across the reef trying to duck dive a wave. If the wave flips you upside down, you can get those tiger claws across your back. It's pretty sketchy to deal with. And here's the Terminator right here. We're talking about on cue, how he never falls. Again, just really throwing caution in the wind. So much commitment on those first 2 turns. Great read on that barrel. Not the easiest exit, and Ronnie, he maximized that tube, kind of coming out of the side door there, just at the end. Bit of a shack for Alex Ribeiro, and that was what brought up the conversation for me with it reminds me a bit of Hawaii and Tahiti, where you have to bring several surfboards with you out into the lineup with you, because it could look totally different from the first heats of the day to the last heats of the day. It could be triple in size. You're going from floaters and airs to just simply trying to handle a big drop and getting barreled. So with this long interval today, I wouldn't be surprised if it turns into a full tube riding contest.
25.5 minutes remaining, and we're waiting on the scores to roll through from the judges. Italo jumped a spot after Brazil in the 2nd position. He has narrowed the gap between himself and Jeep Ratings leader Matt Wilkinson. Matt Wilkinson's going to be in the 2nd round, and here is Italo's first opportunity to again just advance, even if it's by 1 round ahead of his title rival at this stage. 25 minutes remaining.